Hey, my loves, spiritually savage here. It is, sorry, 2:29 with 11:13, and I just recorded a 30-minute video, so this one's not going to be that long, right? But spiritually savage here. Let me go ahead and get that out the way. So if this is your first time clicking onto my video, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe down below. Um, And I just forgot what I came on here to say. Oh, this is just an update, okay? So, and I had to laugh at myself, and I feel like I could share this with y'all. So I'm in hiatus number 2, right? Where I'm not posting my current thoughts. I'm keeping them with me and my ideas and my revelations so I can expound on them myself. And then once I'm done with them and I've absorbed them, then I post them. So that's why the hiatus videos that you see now they're from 2 months ago. There won't be no recent content, but it's recent to y'all, but it's not recent to me. What I'm recording right now is probably not going to be released for about a whole nother month or so. But so I'm, I feel like, and my surroundings and what's going on, it feels like God is taking me to another level. Why? Because as you all know, I think I mentioned this in my first video, and I'm probably gonna mention it in every video that I record because I don't have my laptop anymore. I tried it again, y'all. I know I did. And it's like every day it get worse and worse. And so today it didn't even shut on, y'all. There was no color. There wasn't even a black screen. There wasn't even a flicker. God said, I said no. And I say that's what he's saying or she's saying, however you look at it, whatever you believe in. Spirituality is spirit. God is real. So are your ancestors, right? And it could be my ancestors that's blocking me. I don't know. Um, because, and I say they're blocking me, and I'm not gonna say it's the devil, because this is is something that probably should have happened the first time in my journey, but it took for me to get to this point. It's like when you're hard headed, and you don't know you're being hard headed, because I didn't know I was being hard headed. Like I thought because I'm listening to meditation music, I'm in alignment, which I'm still in alignment. But when God wants you no distractions and He's trying to lead you on a specific path, then distractions will be stripped away. Okay. And that's how I look at this time frame, which allows me to absorb it a little better. But today I was in the kitchen, I was cooking, I was making spaghetti squash, and then I made me a nice little side pasta because I had some filling left over. So I was feeling good. You know, when I'm cooking, I like to listen to music, y'all. So I tried to play it in the PS2, PS4. It wouldn't play because they were music. So then I'm like, still not giving up, still being hard headed. And I'm like, don't somebody got an old DVD player? And DJ was like, yeah, I think so. Which it kind of looked like it was mine. But anywho, that I threw away. I don't know though. I just had that thought. Then, not now. Now I wasn't thinking about that, but I saw it, I had that thought. And so I'm excited. I'm doing my little dance. So I'm like, oh, I get to listen to some music. So I pull out all my CDs, right? You know, I had been trying to sell them to get some money, but because they're not in the jackets, and I don't have the CPU back part, because back then we took them out and put them in books and stuff, but we had so many. So I couldn't get rid of them. So I'm thinking, oh, that's guy showing me. Oh, great. Because now I get to use them in the DVD player. Yeah, one song would play and then the thing would just stop. It wouldn't play nothing. And so for a minute, I just kept changing them and letting one song play out of each CD because I was determined. I was determined to listen to some music. And so I'm like, so long story short, we need our CDs because If the internet ever go down and all our music is stored on the internet, we gonna be SOL. We really are. I really want me a system like my parents had. We had the system behind the glass. I loved it. I loved popping open that glass and turn it, pushing the button, turn it on, and all five little things lit up. I loved it. But yeah, if the whole internet thing went down, we SOL. Everybody music online. I don't think too many people buy CDs anymore unless they DJs. And even they don't, because you can download it. You can have everything on your computer. And I am realizing inner and over and understanding that without my computer and without any backup, I am at a loss. But that's not. I just had that thought. I didn't think about that until just now, because my whole thing was I was looking at it as a lesson. Okay, God want me isolated. God want me by myself. I want to see if I can do this without distractions, which I can. I have done it throughout my whole life. But for whatever reason, it is being called for now, even with distractions. And that's the only thing about it. I'm being called to do it in a house full of people. I could do it when I'm in my own space. Yeah. Why? Because you ain't got nobody to talk to. You ain't got no noise because it's just you. But how adept are you at doing it? Adept. Are you at doing it when there's bombs going off left and right? And I don't mean literal bombs, maybe possibly, but I don't mean that. I mean when people having arguments or people laughing and talking or the TV's up loud or music is playing or you hit a video game, things like that, because you're not in your own space. And it's not always going to be the ideal situation. And so that's what I first looked at it as, but then I just thought about what I just said, and that's a secondary perspective as well. Before the end of the day, I probably come up with a third child. I don't know, but yeah, that's what I'm dealing with now. So it was like I said no distractions, but I'm like even when I'm cooking, but it was like yes, clearly because I didn't get to listen. I finally gave up and just put my CDs up. But I will have a backup though when I move. I really do. I wanna be able to play my CDs if the internet go down. Makes me want to buy CDs or download music and put it on a separate device. So that's accessible even if the internet goes down. That it doesn't have to be connected to Wi-Fi or anything to have it or to play it. Okay. Alrighty. Well, yeah, that was just a quick video, my loves. I hope you guys are well. That's just an update on no distractions, which is another reason why I went on hiatus, because I feel like, because I can't go live. I can't go live. I can record on my phone, but I can't go live. And I was going live, which is what I want to do from my laptop. Man, y'all don't even understand what this even means to me. Because it means I can't send emails. Like, I am really at a loss for what I can do to get myself up out of this situation. I don't have no form of communication. Don't mind me. No phone. And I had at least a laptop where I can send a bushel of emails. But I can't even do that. So this is just why I say it's God putting me in isolation mode yet again. I feel like I've been here in isolation mode for 7 years, but it has not ever been to this extent where, I mean, I did it periodically, but 9 times out of 10, y'all, we was watching something or listening to something. But I don't even have I was like, dang, I can't even meditate. No, you can meditate, you just don't need no music. So I kind of find myself doing a lot of things at night when the house is quieter. Or if the kids aren't here, they spending the night out, because that's where the noise comes from. Which you know they're children. You can't be like, shut up, I'm doing. Only time I ask them to be quiet is if I have a headache. That's it. That's it. If I have a headache, then yeah, I definitely, because it's a migraine at this point. If I'm asking, because like now I don't have a headache no more. I feel it still throbbing a little bit, still on the side of the head, but it's dull. And it's because I went and got a clip from my nephew too. I'll be honest about that. I talk to God about that all the time because I'm like, I know I started smoking when Black Magic hit, and I don't know if me smoking is conditional. Like, okay, you won't succeed in your endeavors if that is something that you're doing. And I go back and forth with it because it is very medicinal, and it just helped me. In my last video, I was talking about how my head hurt, like, and it was, but I smoked and it's a dull throb right now. I went, yeah. When I get that, and it was behind my left eye, I went and got my gel heating pad. And when I have a migraine, I feel it throughout my body. It's not just in my head. That's why I'm laying on my heating pad. Look, Black Magic also makes you be in feeling pain too. Fibromyalgia is a derivative of Black Magic. Yes, I said it. It's time we connect spirituality with this reality because it was connected long before us. But the people who have been in charge for hundreds of years and hundreds of years have manipulated the system by taking out spirituality. That's why it's the Matrix. It wouldn't be called the Matrix if they'd left spirituality intertwined into what goes on this planet. There are 188 laws that are governed by this planet. That is the energetic field that protects us. That is the agreement. That is the spiritual agreement we make when we incarnate down here. And that's how the Matrix tricks you, because it doesn't tell you that. It gives you all these man-made rules that you have to follow, but they took out spirituality that used to govern these lands back when our ancestors from Egypt used to govern it. Yes, I said it. The origin, the original. I said it. And I'm not saying it to be ugly or to make someone feel less than. No, I am speaking the truth. I speak the truth. I speak the truth. The irrefutable. I mean, it's not up for debate. Not on my channel. It's not up for debate. You know, I welcome everybody comments and perceptions and all that. But that now, and I'm not here to convince you. I'm not here to convince you. If you want some literature, you can probably look it up. Google has pretty much everything. Even when it comes to astrology, but that's a whole nother conversation. Anywho, I just felt something. Why did I even go there? Because that's not the energy I'm in. So somebody who gonna tap into this is gonna feel that certain kind of way. I'm sorry you feel that way. That's not the energy I was in when I got on here. But anywho, what was I saying? Oh, that just disturbed my energy. That really did. I feel you. I do. Mm-hmm. But yeah. But that's what I'm going through right now, y'all. That's what I'm feeling right now. And it's difficult because I've listened to music my entire life. My entire life. So I think that's what I miss most of all. I don't even miss watching shows because back, even when I lived in Texas, I didn't have a TV or cable. I didn't even want it. But when I got my nieces and nephews for the summer, that was something for them to do. But yeah, so the music is what I'm really feeling. What's the word? Codependent on, I guess. It's like God is stripping me of all my codependencies. First, He started with people. Then He started with bad habits. And right now, I don't look at it as weed being a bad habit. It was a bad habit when I would wake up, when I would wake and bake, when I would smoke before I eat, when I would smoke after I eat, when I smoke before I go to bed, when I smoke before I went to a restaurant, when I would smoke before I went out. I smoked everywhere. I smoked at the table. When I was in Jamaica, I did. I smoked everywhere. I smoked in the water. I was in the water smoking. But y'all gotta understand that I didn't start smoking until I was 30 years old. And I have been continuously smoking. And I smoked every day. There were made throughout the time that I was 30, not in the past 2 years, but I say up to 2 years ago, there may have been a total of a month, and that was throughout those years that I did not smoke. I'm being completely honest. But when I first started smoking, it was because it calmed my anxiety. It really did. And it calmed my mind down. And my mind is like, it's like a machine. It goes and it goes and it goes. So I feel like this is another test for me. It's another spiritual test. And I don't know if I'm failing or not, but I'm doing my best. I really am. I am. Given a certain situations, but I know each time I achieve, I get stronger. My nervous system remembers and it patches another hole. So when I come across it again, so when I say, because I didn't smoke for like almost 2 months, and I'm not gonna say I let the devil in because I don't look at it like that because it has medicinal effects. Now, if I'm to a point where I had to smoke to do everything, then that is becomes a bad habit. But with everything, it can become a bad habit. So I said I'll just say I don't know if I'm not supposed to or if I'm supposed to, but I don't do it like I used to do it, meaning I'm not attached to it. And this is a season of God stripping away all my codependencies. And I was codependent on weed for a long time. But when you, and even when I used to tell myself, girl, you lived 30 years without it and you had a ball and a blast in life, which I literally did. I lived my life to the fullest. So that's how I knew that was the black magic. That was the disconnect because my behavior was saying something different, but my mind and my heart knew something else to be true. That was a disconnect. And so I don't know if me smoking is considered black magic at this point right now because I did it for medicinal reasons. It wasn't because I was trying to escape anything. Normally your mind, when we do anything in excess, sexing, drugs, alcohol, shopping, lying, stealing, taking people's husband, sleeping with people's husband, all that. That is because we are escaping something that we do not want to deal with because it is traumatic to us. Now the severity of that traumatic, it depends on all what the situation is. But a lot of us don't remember our stuff from our childhood. But the trauma still resides in our body. Our body remembers it. Our auric field remembers it. Your heart remembers it. Your tissue remembers it. And so when it does, and it senses that, when you take all that information in from the outside of you, and your body and your mind and your heart and your tissues, and it remembers, okay, well, the last time that happened, this happened, your body goes into fight or flight mode. That means you on alert. That means you're in your lower energies. That means you're in your animalistic energies. And so it's like, okay, what am I supposed to do? And fight or flight presents itself differently given the certain situation. Your life may not be in danger, meaning may not be at a party and somebody's shooting, because the instant thing to do is to run. You're going to flight. You're going to run. You're not going to try and fight. But there are certain situations where you're supposed to stay and fight, and then there are certain situations when you're not supposed to fight at all. You're supposed to run. And if you're under the guise and the illusion of black magic, then you can't differentiate what you're supposed to do. So you fighting when you're supposed to be leaving, and you leaving when you're supposed to be fighting. At least that was my situation. Apply it how it may be to your own situation, right? So I feel like this is just another test for me. And every day, I can go 3 days, I can go a whole week, I can go a whole month or two, 3 months. But I think it's to the point now where it's done. I've gotten rid of all my paraphernalia. I don't have no grinder anymore. I don't have any of that. It's like a person who's about to quit smoking cigarettes, so they smoke their last pack, and instead of them buying the whole pack, I'm not talking about the person that asks for a cigarette every hour on the hour. No, I ain't talking about that. I'm talking about the person who can go 2 or 3 months. So I'm building up my immunity to it, but I still don't feel like it's a bad thing. I feel like even it's bad for me to smoke it, but I don't feel like it's bad for the body and for the mind, if you feel what I'm saying, because smoking is bad for your lungs, which is a part of the body. But when you ingest it, it is very good for the body and it's very good for the mind. Okay? It's just a step down or parallel, however you want to look at it, to ayahuasca. Except for ayahuasca, it's a little bit more potent, very potent. So, but yeah, I have no music. So I've been reading a whole lot of books. I've been writing a whole lot. And now that I've incorporated, because I got some room in my phone, now that I have incorporated videography, now you'll get a first account because I'm more comfortable with what I've learned and what I know to be true. And that just simply equals that I know who I am. That's it. When you go through the dark night of the soul, you are so confused because the old you is literally dying. And what that means is that everything you believed in, everyone you believed in, is you're seeing the true intent and the true nature behind who they present themselves to be. And maybe you're like me where you saw it all along, but you was like, okay. And you may have seen it in my instances. I seen it exhibited to other people, but it was never exhibited to me until when I was under the guise of black magic and they start treating me fucked up. And it was like, okay, but when you look back, they had always treated you that way, but you didn't look at it as that. And I didn't look at it as that because I didn't require or need anything really. Just be genuine, just be a true friend and listen to me and offer sound genuine, real advice and not manipulate me and not try and steal from me. It's the craziest thing that I discovered with the people around me. That they literally trying to kill me, which is so crazy, y'all. And that can present itself in car accidents. Yeah, that can present itself in a lot of energetic ways. It's not always about them coming up to your house or sending a hitman after you. Somebody can kill you energetically. Bad vibes, black magic. Oh, yeah. Oh, all of that. All of that. All of that. Okay. All right, my loves. This one's supposed to be a long video at all. Oh. Oh. I'm finna lay here and doze off. My baby done got in. Is he hanging out? Only a paw hanging out. Where he at? Can y'all see him? Normally his head be hanging out. He looks so cute when he do that. Sometimes I even see him with his little tongue hanging out and be like, he's so cute. He's so cute. He's so handsome. All right, my loves. Namaste, Ashe, Mazel Tov. Talk to you soon.